Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Today, I will present my research title, The Effect of Leaders' Commitment, Human Resource Competence, and Information Technology Utilization in Managing State-Owned Assets, with specific focus on Indonesia Food and Drug Authority, or IFDA, or Badan POM. As part of my thesis on my research, I aim to explore these variables to provide actionable insight for improving asset management system in government organizations with a specific focus on IFDA. I would also like to express my appreciation to my mentors, to Professor Dr. Satarudin MSI and Dr. Indra Pahala MSI for their guidance. The Indonesian government has established the Indonesia Food and Drugs Authority or IFDA based on Presidential Regulation Number 18, 2017 as a non-ministerial government institution responsible for overseeing food and drug safety. State-owned assets, or SOA, play a crucial role in supporting the operations of IFDA. Effective management of SOA is essential to facilitate the execution of IFDA. That is, SOA is defined by a government regulation number 27, 2014. As all assets acquired using state funds or other legal means, the management cycle of SOA are all integral to financial transparency and accountability of the government. SOA data accuracy significantly impacts the quality of financial reports, which are audited by Financial Audit Board to ensure compliance with accounting standards and support public trust to organization. During my survey, the data indicated that managing state-owned assets required human resource competence, leaders' commitment, and the utilization of information technology. Based on the survey result, it was found that human resource competence, leaders' commitment, and the utilization of information technology in organization are still not optimal. Currently, the leaders' commitment of the SOA management is not consistent across all unit works. Some leaders show full support in effectively managing state assets, but others have not given optimal attention. Leaders' commitment is crucial to ensure that SOA management is carried out effectively and compliance with regulations. The active involvement of leaders play a key role in driving the implementation of policy, resource allocation, and development of human resource competence responsible for asset management. When leaders' commitment is strong and evenly distributed, our units will be more motivated to work according to the procedures, maintaining transparency and improve accountability in SOA management. The current condition of human resource competence, although some individuals are highly rated in specific areas, there are still significant gaps overall. This indicates opportunities for improvement and further development in human resource competence. The current utilization of information technology in SOA management across various unit works are still uneven and require significant improvement. Although some units have adopted technology-based systems to ease asset management, others have not fully utilized this technology. The lack of information technology utilization affects efficiency and accuracy in asset record keeping, tracking, and supervision. Without optimal technology support, SOA management is often carried out manually or disconnected systems, which can lead to data error and coordination difficulties between departments. Therefore, efforts are needed to increase the use of information technology across all unit works, including human resource training, infrastructure, and allocation for implementing technology-based systems. So, based on my observation, identified three main variables that significantly influence SOA management. These are leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and utilization of information technology. These findings suggest while some progress has been made in these areas, there is still a need for further improvement to ensure the effectiveness of SOA management. Previous study highlights the importance of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization. Two findings on direct and indirect effects. According to Jose Alupito, human resource, process, and technology play critical role in SOA management. Faisal argued that IT, human resource, and organizational commitment are all essential for the effective implementation of accrual-based accounting for SOA. Wisnidar found that the quality of human resource regulation, policy, and organizational commitment significantly impact asset management. Key finding from pres- key finding from previous key findings from previous studies. Leaders' commitment. Several studies, including those by Betty and Holbert, show that leadership. Key finding from previous studies. Leaders' commitment. Several studies, including those by Betty and Holbert, show that leaders' commitment positively impact organizational performance and accountability. This is crucial for SOI management as it ensures that leaders is effective driving the efficient and transparent management of state-owned assets. Human resource competence by Family and Stoll and also Mansur emphasize that human resource competence contributes to organizational goals and performance, directly influencing the success of asset management. Competence in handling assets coupled with technological proficiency is essential for ensuring smooth operations and accurate reporting of SOA. The utilization of information technology, various studies such as those by Casasbeck and Pinge Holyoke, also Horstster. Utilization of information technology, various studies such as those by Casasbeck and Pinge Holyoke indicate that the proper use of IT can aid decision-making and enhance transparency and accountability in asset management. This underlines the importance of IT as strategic tool for managing SOA effectively. The research gap. While existing literature provides valuable insight into the impact of leadership commitment, research gap, while exciting literature provides valuable insight to the impact of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and IT utilization on asset management, several gaps and inconsistencies remain in the research finding. For leader commitment, studies by Bhatti, Colbert, Sumu said that leadership ulangi. Leaders' commitment studies such as those by Bhatti, Holbert, and Sumu say that leaders' commitment plays a crucial role in improving organizational performance, including the management of SOA. However, other studies, like those from Sari, reveals However, other studies like those from Sari said different results. This inconsistency suggests that while leaders' commitment is widely accepted as critical, its specific influence on SOA management needs further exploration. Human resource competence by study by Mohamed Firmansyah and Eka Yanti confirms the positive impact on human resource management on human resource competence study by Mohamed Human resource competence study by Muhaimin Firmansyah and Eka Yanti said the positive impacts of human resource competence on asset management. However, other study by Zulfahmi and others like Firmansyah and Hollison, also questioning study, said no significant relationship between competency of human resource and SOA management. This inconsistency points to a need for deeper investigation into how human resource competence affect the management of state-owned assets in different contexts. IT utilization. IT is recognized as a vital tool in improving decision making and asset management, uh, said by Muhtar Kasasbe and Hostester in their studies. With the study indicating that IT enhances the quality of data processing and decision support, yet studies such as by Zulfahmi said the others finding regarding to the effectiveness of of information technology in SOA management. The inconsistent results suggest to need the explores about how utilization of information technology can be better integrated into SOA management, particularly in different organizational. These previous studies emphasize the interconnectedness of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and utilization of information technology in the management of state-owned assets. However, while individual studies have explored each of these factors, there is still a research gap in understanding how these variables interact specifically within the context of IFDA. This gap highlights the need for further exploration, which is why this study seeks to explore the role of this gap highlights the need for further investigation, and which is why this study seeks to explore the role of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and utilization of information technology in managing state-owned assets, specifically at IFDA. This research focuses on This research focuses on understanding how leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and the utilization of information technology contribute to the effective management of state-owned assets within the IFDA. It also explores the mediating role of information technology in this context. This study aims to evaluate the direct and mediated effect of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and IT utilization on SOA management, with the ultimate goal of developing actionable strategy for improvement. In conclusion, this research underscores the importance of aligning leaders' commitment So, this research underscores the importance of aligning leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization for effective SOA management, strengthened policy, and strategic investment in Training and technique. So this research to explore and analyze the influence of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and mediating role of utilization information technology in managing state ownership within the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. To guide this research, we've formulated 8 questions addressing direct and mediated influence of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization on SOA management. The objectives aim to empirically evaluate direct relationship between these variables and examine the mediating role of information technology utilization in managing state ownership effectively. This research, we formulated 8 questions addressing direct and mediated influence of leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization on SOA management. The objectives aim to empirically evaluate direct relationship between variables and examine the mediating role of information technology utilization in managing state-owned assets effectively. Research benefits. Academically, this research enriched existing literature by offering specific insight into SOA management within IFDA, highlighting the interaction of leaders, competence, and utilization of IT. Theoretically, this study provides a foundation for refining and enhancing theories related to leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and IT roles in managing public assets. Practically, this research delivers actionable recommendations for IFDA to improve state-owned asset management by focusing on leaders' accountability, human resource competence, and information technology utilization. Theoretical framework serves as the foundation for understanding and analyzing the problem at hand. This research integrates 3 levels of theory: grand theory, middle range theory, and applied theory to provide a comprehensive approach. Grand theory, resource-based view developed by Werner Feld in 1984, emphasized leveraging tangible and intangible resources to achieve competitive advantage. For public organizations, this resource include infrastructure, skills, and reputation. Make it particularly relevant for managing unit asset like state-owned asset properties. Middle range theory, public management theory. Middle range theory, public management theory, highlight principles such as accountability, transparency, and public participation to ensure efficient and effective management of state-owned assets. The technology acceptance model introduced by Davis in 1989 provides a framework for understanding user adoption of technology. It focuses on perceived usefulness and easy to use, which are critical for ensuring IT is effectively utilized in managing state-owned assets. Combining theories for SOA management, RBP identified resource as strategic asset. Public management theory provides operational principles. Technology acceptance model facilitates the integration of technology. By integrating these theories, this research aims to provide the comprehensive framework for improving SOA management. RBV highlights strategic resource, public management offers operational guidelines, and technology acceptance model ensures effective IT adoption. Variables leaders' commitment is defined as a leader's dedication and responsibility in achieving organizational objectives. As highlighted by Wahyu Sumijo, leaders' commitment involves support, direction, and adherence to organizational value. Specifically in SLA management, commitment ensures compliance with regulations such as Government Regulation Number 28 in 2020, and this study defines leaders' commitment from the employee's perspective as their perceptions of the leader's demonstrated commitment to organizational success, as evidenced by their seriousness, responsibility, and dedication. The key indicators are affective, normative, and continuous commitment based on the study of Mas Dayanti, and include leaders' involvement there in resource and in support, in communication, in policies. These indicators based on Mas Dayanti Puspitarini. Key indicators are affective, normative, and continuous commitment. These indicators based on studies by Mas Dayanti and including their communication and policy. Key indicators are affective, normative, and continuous commitment. These indicators are based on studies by Mas Dayati. Variables human resource competence is critical for organizational success, defined as the ability to consistently deliver effective performance in specific roles. According to Spencer, it includes behavior, value, and knowledge. In public sector contexts like SOA management, high competence ensures efficient and accurate processes. This study adopts three case indicators. Employee competence is critical for organizational success, defines as the ability to consistently deliver effective performance in specific roles, and it encompasses knowledge, skill, attitudes that are measurable and acceptable. Also, Spencer said competence includes behavior, knowledge in tied to performance, and in public sector like SOA management, high competence ensures efficient and accurate processes. Competency refers to the characteristics and abilities related to work encompassing knowledge, skills, and attitudes that align with the duties and or functions of a specific roles. The study adopts three key indicators: knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Based on Wahyuni, the study from Wahyuni, and also based on Permentan RB from the regulation of the government number 38 in 2017, and emphasizing the measurable and observable nature of employee competence. This study adopts three key indicators: knowledge, skill, and attitude based on previous study based on Wahyuni and also by the government regulation number 38 in 2011. Developing this competency directly impact organizational outcomes. The variable utilization of information technology. Information technology serves as an essential tool in modern organization, aiding data creation, processing, storage, and communication, as defined by UNITA and Romney. It includes hardware, softwares, and network to enhance person operational efficiency and data-driven decision making. And management of state-owned asset is guide. One key tool enhancing SOA management is the SIMAN, the State Asset Management Information System, introduced by the Ministry of Finance. SIMAN digitized asset management processes, facilitating real-time tracking, efficient reporting, and accurate data analysis. The system ensures improved transparency and accountability in managing state assets, aligning with modern government practice. Therefore, information technology can be understood as tool employed by humans to manage, store, process, and disseminate information encompassing hardware, software, computer network, and related technology. The key indicator for IT utilization include hardware utilization, software utilization, and brandware utilization. The variable management of state-owned assets, or SOA, involve a comprehensive and regulated process as defined in Government Regulation Number 28 of 2020. The SOA management integrates core management principles, planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling with specific activity like procurement, utilization, and disposal. Effective SOA management enhances operational efficiency, transparency, and accountability in government institutions. The management of state-owned assets encompasses a series of activities from planning, procurement, utilization, maintenance, and safeguarding, valuation, and to disposal, and subsequent follow-up action. These activities are conducted through paper. The management of state-owned assets encompasses a series of activities from planning, procurement, utilization, maintenance, and safeguarding, valuation to disposal, and subsequent follow-up actions. These activities are conducted through proper administration, coupled with guidance, supervision, and control of state-owned assets. The management of state-owned assets encompasses a series of activities from planning, procurement, utilization, maintenance, and safeguarding, valuation to disposal, and subsequent follow-up actions. These activities are conducted through proper administration, coupled with guidance, supervision, and control of state-owned assets. The key indicator The key indicators include planning and administration, security, maintenance, utilization, disposal, and supervision and control to make sure the assets are utilized optimally to meet organizational goals. This is the previous study. The conceptual framework in this study is as follows: leaders' commitment, employee competence, human resource competence, and utilization of information technology influence the management of state-owned assets. Here, leaders' commitment and competence of human resource are the independent variables. The information technology utilization is the mediating variable, and the state-owned asset management is the dependent variable. The hypothesis represents a logical assumption or proposed relationship between two or more variables that can be tested empirically. Hypotheses are temporary answers to research questions designed to be tested empirically. The hypothesis reflect the anticipated relationship among the variables based on theoretical and empirical evidence. For hypothesis number 1 until hypothesis number 6, there is the direct effect. These are hypothesis number 1, leaders' commitment has a positive and significant direct influence on SOA management. Hypothesis number 2, competence of human resource has a positive and significant direct influence on SOA management. Hypothesis number 3, utilization of information technology has a positive and significant direct influence on SOA management. Hypothesis number 4, leaders' commitment has a positive and significant direct influence on information technology utilization. Hypothesis number 5, leaders' commitment has a positive and significant direct influence on human resource competence. Hypothesis number 6, human resource competence has a positive and significant direct influence on information technology utilization. Hypothesis number 7, leaders' commitment mediated by information technology utilization has a positive and significant influence on SOA management. And the last, number 8, human resource competence mediated by information technology utilization has a positive and significant influence on SOA management. Each hypothesis sets the stage for testing the strength and significance of this relationship. Hypothesis development. This study integrated theoretical frameworks to explore state-owned asset management at central government institutions. The grand theory resource-based view highlights how effectively leveraging resource can create sustainable competitive advantage. Linking to this practice, the middle theory of public management emphasizes accountability and efficient governance. The applied theory technology acceptance model support understanding user acceptance of technology within organization. We examine 3 critical factors impacting SOA management. The leader's commitment, which is pivotal for motivating and guiding teams, and competence of human resource competence, which enhances the skill set required for optimal asset handling. Utilization of information technology, an enabler for precision and efficiency. Together, these elements form a cohesive framework to address challenges and opportunities in SOA management. The role of leadership, the role of leader commitment. The role of leaders commitment in step on asset management. Research demonstrated the committed leaders play a vital role in establishing a culture of effective asset management and adopting accrual-based accounting system. Key contributions include enhancing human resource competency, implementing robust implementing Key contributions include enhancing human resource competencies, implementing internal controls, and fostering the use of efficient information systems. This effort collectively create an environment that encourage our organizational members to contribute optimally, reinforcing the organization's overall performance and accountability. The role of human resource competence in state-owned asset management. Competence encompasses knowledge, skills, and attitudes essential for effective asset management. Studies highlight that human resource competence enhances transparency and accountability in financial reporting, including SOA report, and positively influence the quality and performance of asset management. However, some contrasting findings suggest no significant impact, highlighting the need for further exploration in this area to ensure alignment between between human resource competencies and organizational goals. The impact of information technology utilization on state-owned asset management. Various studies demonstrate information technology positive influence include improved asset reporting, adoption of accrual-based accounting standard, and enhances employee competence and performance. However, contradictory findings such as no significant impact in certain contexts emphasize the need for tailored IT strategy. Additionally, IT serves as a mediator in leaders-driven initiative, supporting improved efficiency and organizational outcomes. Yeah. The dual impact of leaders' commitment on both information technology utilization and human resource competence. Leaders play a critical role in driving the adoption of technology, improving efficiency, and facilitating better decision making, as supported by studies like Mugiarto et al. Additionally, their dedication to human resource development fosters a collaborative culture and provides resources for training, resulting in improved employee satisfaction and skills. Together, these efforts significantly enhance the overall quality of SOA management. The human resource competence are integral to utilizing information technology system effectively for SOA management. Their skills ensure higher efficiency and precision in asset management. Research highlights a positive correlation between human resource competence and successful implementation of accrual-based accounting, as well as better reporting and decision-making processes. The leader's commitment is key to fostering effective IT utilization. Committed leaders invest in system and training, ensuring operational efficiency and employee engagement. IT acts as a bridge between strategic leadership initiating and human resource capability, driving transparency and accountability in SOA management. IT also served as a mediator between human resource competence and SOA management, facilitating efficient policy implementation and training. While IT adoption supports processes, research reveals human resource competence hold a greater influence in driving performance. Together, they ensure effective, transparent, and accountable asset management.
Chapter 3 Research Methodology. Location and time. This study was conducted in works units within Indonesia Food and Drug Authority, and the study started since March 2024 until December 2024, and data collection took place in November and December 2024. A quantitative causal research design was employed to measure variables, test hypotheses, determine relationship between all variables, and understand the characteristics of the population. A questionnaire was used to analyze the causal relationship between leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization, and also state-owned asset management. Primary data was collected through questionnaires distributed. Secondary data was obtained from SOA reports, literature, articles, journal, or any relevant internet source. The population of this study are all employees in IFDA work units responsible for managing state-owned assets. The samples are the population. The samples consisted employee in IFDA, tasked with the managing state-owned asset. A total of 83 work units were identified within AFDA and 106 employees involved in SOA management, and total sampling was used in the study. Measurement scale. A 5-point Likert scale was used to measure respondents' attitudes, opinions, and perceptions regarding the research variables. The Likert scale is a commonly used method in surveys to measure the degree of agreement or disagreement with a statement. Instrument development. Leaders' commitment as variable X1 is conceptualized in the study as the degree to which employees perceive their leader's seriousness, responsibility, and dedication to achieving organizational success. This perspective underlines the importance of leaders in actively supporting employees, adhering to established procedures, and driving organizational goals forward. Operationally, the variable is assessed using a 5-point Likert scale where respondents evaluate leaders' commitment through specific indicators, affective, normative, and continue commitment. These indicators capture the multifaceted nature of leaders' commitment and its impact on organizational effectiveness. Human resource competence as a variable encompasses the attributes and capabilities required for effective job performance, including knowledge, skill, and attitudes. The conceptual framework drawn from Hutapea and Toha theory align with the competency standard outlined in Indonesia Ministry of Bureaucratic Reform number 38 of 2017. Operationally, this variable is assessed through a structured questionnaire employing a 5-point Likert scale. Respondents rate human resource competence based on 3 primary indicators: knowledge, which measure the respondents' understanding and expertise; skills, which assess the ability to perform tasks effectively; and attitude, which evaluates workplace behavior and professionalism. Information technology utilization in this study is conceptualized as tools and systems that support the management, processing, and dissemination of information. This includes both physical components like hardware and intangible elements such as software and networks. The role of information technology is critical in enhancing the efficiency and transparency of managing state-owned assets within government institutions, supporting decision-making and operational effectiveness. For operationalization, information technology utilization is assessed with using a questionnaire with a 5-point Likert scale. The indicators focus on 3 key areas. Hardware utilization evaluates the effectiveness of physical technological components. Software utilization assesses the efficiency and relevance of application used for asset management. Brandware utilization measures the competency of personnel in operating and leveraging this technology. This slide provides an overview of the variables and their corresponding indicators used in the study, along with the source from which they were derived. The variables include leaders' commitment, human resource competence, and utilization of information technology and state-owned asset management. Each variable has specific indicators that are instrumental in measuring the respective concept, ensuring a comprehensive assessment for the research. The sources cited are from several relevant studies, ensuring the credibility and validity of the data used. This study employed 2 main data collection techniques. First, the literature study involves gathering information from books, journals, and other scientific sources that align with the research objective. And second, the field study focuses on gathering primary data through questionnaires. Responses are measured using a 5-point Likert scale, ranging from strongly agree to strongly disagree. This structured approach ensures the data collected is relevant and measurable. Data analysis technique. The research employ structural equation modeling or SEM to analyze relationship between latent variable and measured variables. SEM is utilized to integrate path analysis with confirmatory factor analysis, making it a robust tool to understanding complex interrelation within the data. Smart PLS, a variant of SEM, is particularly well suited for handling small sample size and complex models. Unlike other methods, it doesn't require strict normality assumption, making it a flexible choice for diverse data structures. The analysis process consists of several case stages. It begins it begins with designing the model, followed by testing for validity and reliability, and finally evaluation of the structural model is conducted, which includes analyzing both the outer and inner models to ensure the robustness and reliability of the result. The research utilized smart PLS software for data analysis. The first outer model analysis focuses on four key aspects. First, convergent validity ensures that each construct strongly correlates with its respective indicators. Discriminant validity verifies that constructs are unique and not overly correlated with others, with a benchmark AVE of 0.5. Composite reliability assesses that the overall reliability of the construct, requiring values above 0.7. Finally, construct testing uses the VIF score to check for multicollinearity, ensuring robust and reliable results. The second, inner model analysis, focuses on assessing the relationship strength between latent variables. The R-square values help categorize the influence as large, moderate, or small, ensuring an understanding of the model's explanatory power. Additionally, the goodness of fit, or GOF, provides a measure of how well the model fits the data, with SRMR value below 0.1 indicating a good fit, and also the interpretation of F-square and Q-square value, which assess the effect size and predictive relevance in structural equation modeling. These metrics help evaluate how well the model fits the data and its ability to predict outcomes. Hypothesis testing involves analyzing both direct and indirect effects. Direct effects use path coefficient to determine the nature and direction of relationship, while significance is assessed via p-value. For indirect effects, bootstrapping is utilized to reveal the mediating role of variables, shedding light on the overall causal pathway in the model. Chapter 4: Results and Discussion. First, description of demographic data. Out of a total sample of 106, only 102 questionnaires were usable. The data shows a slight majority of male respondents. Out of 102 respondents, 52.9%, representing 54 individuals, are male, while 47.1%, or 48 individuals, are female. This indicates a slightly higher proportion of male respondents in our sample. The table shows the frequency distribution of respondents by age group. The largest age group is 26 until 30 years old, representing 38.2% of the total respondents, and only 4.9% of the respondents are under 26 years old, and 14.7% of the respondents are over 40 years old, and 23.6% of the respondents are between 31 until 35 years old, and the last 18.6% of the respondents are 36 until 40 years old. The table presents the distribution of respondents by educational background. The majority of respondents, 58.8% or about 60%, respondent hold a bachelor's degree, and 40.2% or 41% of respondents have an associate degree, and only 1% or only one respondent have a master degree. And this is the breakdown of the respondents' work experience as seen in the table and in the pie chart. 55.8% of respondents have less than 5 years of experience, 38.5% have 5 to 10 years of experience, and a smaller percentage, 2.9%, have 11 to 15 years of experience, 2% have 16 to 20 years of experience, and only 1% have more than 20 years of experience. This data give us insight into the distribution of work experience among the respondents, which is important for understanding the context of their response. The table gives us the distribution of respondents by their job title or position. The majority of respondents, 51%, are state-owned asset managers without a functional position. 24.5% of respondents are state-owned asset manager with a functional position. 20.6% of respondents hold other functional position, and 3.9% of respondents are non-civil servant government employees or PPNPN. The table presents the distribution of respondents based on their training experience. The largest group of respondents, 49%, reported having frequent training experience. 45.1% of respondents have minimal or limited training experience, and only 1% of respondents reported never having received any training. 4.9% of respondents reported very frequent training experience. This study determines the classification of assessment categories based on the number of measurement scales used, namely 5 classification, based on 5 measurement scales using the following intervals: 1 until 1.79 poor, 1.8 to 2.59 less good, 2.60 until 3.39 good enough, 3.40 until 4.19 good, and 4.20 until 5 very good. Based on the table, it can generally be concluded that leaders' commitment in state-owned asset management is rated as good to very good by the respondents. This is encouraging news, as leaders' commitment is one of the key factors to successful asset management. The total average for all leaders' commitment indicators reached 4.13. This figure indicates that overall the level of leaders' commitment is quite high and at a positive level. Two indicators receive the highest ratings, both falling into the very good criteria. The first is the statement leaders have a high level of responsibility in the management of state-owned assets with an average of 4.27. This means that the respondent feel that leaders have a great sense of responsibility towards the management of state assets. The second statement that also received a very good rating is my leader consistently provides support for employee work performance with an average of 4.24. This mean that leaders not only focus on asset management itself but also provide consistent attention support to the performance and achievements of the staff involved in SOA management. Although the overall assessment is good to very good, there are two statements with lower average compared to the others, although they still fall within the good criteria. The first is statement my leader actively participates in the work of managing state-owned asset with an average of 4.01. This mean lower average may indicate that leaders tend to delegate SOA management tasks to their staff and less directly involved in daily operational activities. This could be because leaders trust the abilities of their staff, or perhaps due to the time constraint and other leaders. That is, the second statement is leaders formulate relevant policies that benefit the state and SOE management with an average of 4. This average is also still in the good category and may indicate that existing policy are considered sufficient and effective. Based on the table, it can generally be concluded that the human resource competence in state-owned asset management within our work units is rated as good to very good by the respondents. The total average for all human resource competence indicators reached 4.11. This figure indicates that in general, the level of our human resource competence is quite high and at a positive level, which is a good foundation for SOA management. Let's take a closer look. There is one indicator or one statement that receives the highest rating and falls into the very good criteria. In the statement, I understand the duties, main function, and job description in state-owned asset management well, with an average of 4.25. This means that the respondents have a very good understanding of the duties, main function, and job description related to state-owned asset management. This deep understanding is a crucial foundation for human resource competence because with a good understanding of each person's duties and responsibilities, we can minimize the potential errors in state-owned asset management and ultimately improve overall work efficiency. Although the overall assessment of human resource competence is good to very good, there is one statement that received the lowest average, although it still falls within the good criteria. The statement I often attend training to improve my ability in managing state-owned asset management with an average of only 3.833. This slightly lower average indicates that the frequency of training attended by human resource still needs to be increased Continuous training is very important to ensure that our human resource is always up to date with the latest regulations, technologies, or best practice in SOA management. Thus, although basic abilities are already good, more frequent and relevant training will strengthen our human resource competence to the higher level. Based on the table, it can be concluded that in general, the utilization of information technology in state-owned asset management within our work unit is rated as good to very good by the respondents. The total average for all indicators reached 4.08. This figure indicates that the overall level of information technology utilization is quite good and provides a positive contribution to SOA management. And then the indicator with the highest average is found in the hardware utilization aspect. In the statement, I am assisted by the use of the SIMAN application in the term of the accuracy of SOA management data with an average of 4.37 and falls into the very good criteria. This finding is very positive as it shows that the SIMAN application, which is one of the main information systems in SOA management, has had a significant impact on improving data accuracy. This is crucial considering that accurate data is an important foundation for decision making and reporting related to the state asset management. However, there is one statement that need more attention. I am able to overcome problems that occur in the SIMAN application with an average of 3.77 with the good criteria. This is the indicator the lowest average, although still in the good category. This is indicate that users' ability to troubleshoot or to solve problems related to the SIM application still needs to be improved. Although maybe we feel it is easy to learn and operate SIMAN, the ability to overcome obstacles or errors that may arise during application use still need to be strengthened. Based on the table, it can be concluded that in general, state-owned asset management in our work unit is rated as good to very good by the respondent. The total average for all the SOI management indicators is 4.32. This figure indicates that the overall level of SOA management is very good and at a positive level. Let's look in more detail. There are two indicators that receive the highest rating, both falling into the very good criteria. The first statement is in my work unit, physical security of SOA has been implemented with an average of 4.51. This means that physical security efforts for SOA has been carried out very well, which is crucial to prevent asset loss or damage. The second statement is in my work unit, the usage status of all SOA has been determined with an average of 4.36. The determination of usage status has also been implemented very well, ensuring clarity of responsibility and asset utilization. This combination creates a strong foundation for accountable SOA management. Although the overall assessment of SOA management is good to very good, there is one indicator received the lowest average, although it still falls within the criteria. In the statement, in my work unit, formulating the type BMN needs for current procurement involves connecting past conditions as a basis for future actions with an average of 4.14. This average indicates that in formulating SOA needs for procurement, sometimes more emphasis is placed on urgent need rather than on planning. This means that we tend to react to suddenly arising needs. This table presents the results of the validity test for various indicators associated with the variables leaders commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization, and also state-owned asset management. The values shown represent the outer loadings for each indicator. It's important to note that indicators with outer loadings below 0.5 are not used in the analysis. Specifically, human resource indicators number 11 and 12, as well as the information technology utilization indicators number 1, 2, and 8 are excluded from the analysis due to their lower outer loadings. The removal of information technology number 8 along with the others affect the overall results, emphasizing the importance of maintaining only the most valid and reliable indicators for the study. Based on this table, we can conclude that all the constructs in the study demonstrate acceptable levels of reliability and validity. The composite reliability values for all constructs are above the 0.7 from Converge Alpha and composite reliability, indicating good internal consistency. Furthermore, the AVA values for all constructs exceed the for all constructs above 0.5. This means that the indicators used to measure each construct are consistently measure the intended concept, and each construct share more variance with its indicators than with others constructs. Discriminant validity with two criteria, the Forner-Lecker criterion and the heterotrait monotrait ratio or HTMT. According to the Forner-Lecker criterion, discriminant validity is established if the square root of the average variance extracted or AVA of each variable is greater than its correlation with other variables, as suggested by Chin in 1998. Additionally, we used to HTMT, which here recommended should be below 0.9 to indicate discriminant validity. Based on Forner-Lecker criterion, discriminant validity is achieved, as you can see in the table, that square root of AVE for each variable is indeed greater than its correlation with other variable. And for the HTMT result also support discriminant validity. All the value between the construct are below the recommendation, below 0.9. And conclusion, based on both the Forner-Lecker criterion and the HTMT, we can confidently state that discriminant validity has been established for all constructs in the study. In addition to Forner-Lecker criterion and HTMT, discriminant validity can also be assessed by examining cross-loadings. The cross-loading criterion states that an indicator should load more strongly on its own intended construct than on any other construct in the model. As we can see in the table, the cross criterion is met. This means that each indicator loads more strongly on its intended construct than on any other construct. Before proceeding with the structural model hypothesis testing, it is crucial to assess whether multicollinearity exists among the variables. Multicollinearity refers to a high degree of correlation between independent variables, which can distort the result of regression analysis. In partial least square structural equation modeling, or PLSM, we use the inner variance inflation factor, or inner VIF, to detect the multicollinearity. Generally accepted for inner VIF is less than 5. As the table, all inner VIF value are below the criterion, are below the 5. Specifically, the highest VIF value is only 2.3 1. This indicates that there is no significant multicollinearity issue among the variables in our model. This is important because it ensures that the parameter estimates in our PLSM are robust and unbiased. Absence of multicollinearity has important implication in our study. It strengthens the reliability of our structural model analysis and ensures that the results are not unduly influenced by high correlation between independent variables. Therefore, we can proceed with confidence to test our hypothesis. In this diagram, we can see the inner model that illustrates the relationship between these variables in the study. The arrow represents the relationship between each variable and the corresponding indicators. The value of the arrow are the path coefficient, which indicate the strength of the relationship between the variables. The model provides valuable insights into how these variables interact and contribute to improving asset management processes. Next, this is the table, the result of the F-square test. Display the F-square value for each relationship between the independent and dependent variables. Looking at the table, we can see that the relationship between leaders' commitment and step on asset management has a value of 0.466, indicating a large effect. The relationship between leaders' commitment and IT utilization show the value 0.009, which is very small and practically indicates no effect. The relationship between human resource competence and SOA management has the value 0.141, which is close to medium effect. The impact of human resource competency on IT utilization is substantial with the value of 0.568, indicating a large effect. Finally, the relationship between IT utilization and SOA management has a value 0.015, which indicates a small effect. This finding provide valuable insight into the relative importance of these factors in influencing SOA management. This slide presents the R-square and adjusted R-square value for the endogenous variables in the models. Focusing on the adjusted R-square value, which are being generally preferred for model comparison, we observe the following. The adjusted R-square for SOA management is 0.639 according to the criteria. This indicates a substantial or strong explanatory power. This means that 63.9% of the variance in SOA management is explained by the variable included in the model. And this means leaders commitment, human resource competence, and information technology utilization. And for adjusted R square for human resource competence is 0.3 and 14, representing a moderate effect. And finally, the adjusted R square for information technology utilization is 0.481, which is on the higher end of moderate and approaching a substantial effect, indicating that almost half of the variance is explained by the model. This result suggests that our model has a strong ability to explain the variance in SOA management and also explain moderate amount of variance in human resource competency and IT utilization. This indicates the model is a useful tool for understanding the relationship between these variables. As in the table, the SRMR value for our estimated model is 0.089. This falls within the acceptable range of 0.08 to 0.1, suggested by Skermelech-Angel. Therefore, we can conclude that our model has an acceptable fit to the data. The acceptable model fit indicated by the SRMR value confirms that our model is a reasonable representation of the relationship between the variables. This strengthens our confidence in the result of our analysis and allow us to proceed with interpreting the path coefficient and drawing conclusion about the relationship between constructs in our model. Looking at the table, we can interpret the Q-square value as follows. The Q-square for SOA management is 0.385, which indicates a large predictive relevance. This suggests that the model has a strong ability to predict SOA management. The Q-square for IT utilization is 0.319, indicating a medium level of predictive relevance, and the Q-square for human resource competency is 0.173, which also indicating medium predictive relevance. And finally, the Q-square for leaders commitment is about 0, which indicates no predictive relevance. This could be due to leaders commitment not having any predictors within the model. This result suggests that our model has strong predictive capability for SOA management and a moderate predictive capability for IT utilization and human resource competence, and this provides evidence that the model is useful for predicting these variables. The absence of predictive relevance for leaders' commitment is expected as it is an exogenous variable. This is the tables which summarize the results of the structural equation modeling. The table presents the path coefficient, the statistic and p-value of each hypothesis relationship. Hypothesis number 1, stating that leaders' commitment has a positive and significant effect on SOA management, is fully supported. The path coefficient is 0.493 and the p-value is 0.00, which is less than 0.05. Similarly, for hypothesis number 2, stating that human resource competence has a positive and significant effect on SOA management, is also supported. The path coefficient is 0.338 and the p-value also less than 0.05. But for the hypothesis number 3, stating that IT utilization has a positive and significant effect on SOA management, is not supported because the p-value is 0.457, which is greater than 0.05, and the statistic is 0.745, is less than 1.96. Likewise, the hypothesis number 4, stating that leaders' commitment has effective and significant effect on IT utilization, is also not supported. The p-value is more than 0.05 and the t-statistic is less than 1.96. Hypothesis number 5, stating that leaders' commitment has positive and significant effect on human resource competence, is supported. The path coefficient is 0.567 and the p-value is under 0.05. Hypothesis number 6, stating that human resource competence has a positive and significant effect on information technology utilization, is also supported. The path coefficient is 0.653 and the p-value is less than 0.05. But for hypothesis number 7 and 8, examine the mediating role of IT utilization, is not supported because in number 7 the p-value is 0.432, greater than 0.05, and also hypothesis number 8, the p-value is greater than 0.05. So the summary of findings: hypothesis number 1, number 2, number 5, and number 6 are supported, but for number 3, number For number 7 and number 8 are not supported. And this indicates that for hypothesis number 1, number 2, number 5, and number 6 indicates that leaders' commitment and human resource competence has a direct, positive, and significant effect on SOA management. Leaders' commitment also have a direct, positive, and significant effect on human resource competence, and human resource competence has a direct, positive, and significant effect on IT utilization, but we didn't find support for hypothesis number 3, 4, 7, and 8, indicating that IT utilization doesn't have a direct effect on SOA management. Leaders' commitment doesn't have direct effect on IT utilization, and neither leaders' commitment or human resource competence influence SOA management through IT utilization. Leaders' commitment to set on asset management. Key finding: leaders' commitment in SOA management is generally strong, with the high score responsibility 4.27 and employee support 4.25, fostering a conducive organizational culture. The for improvement, the leader active participation in operation which score only 4.02, and policy in formulation with score point only 4 requires enhancement. Direct leader involvement is crucial for maximizing efficiency and effectiveness. The supporting literature for this line is with Shimamura and Halim, Soro, and Masdayati, who emphasize the importance of leaders' attention and support, and with the theory, the resource-based view positions leaders' commitment as a strategic organizational resource. To optimize SOA management, we can enhance communication and information access and provide training for human resource skill development as based on study from Bataglio and Liboni, and also to promote human resource involvement in decision making and culture adaptation based on a study by Cabral and Lohandar and Fanelli and Suarez Fernandez. And the conclusion is leaders' commitment play a strategic role in SOA management and building trust in the government areas. HR competence significantly influence SOA management. The technical competence is essential for improved SOA management. Respondents demonstrate excellent understanding of their SOA management duties, function, and job description based on the score average 4.25. And for the improvement, the frequency of training needs enhancement because the score only 3.83. Continuous training is crucial to keeping human resource up to date with regulation, technology, or best practice. The supporting literature, this is consistent with Masdayati, Firmansa, Ekayanti, who highlight the positive impact of each of human resource competence. Gunawan and Andriani emphasize the importance of needs-based training. For challenge and solution, addressing varying competence level across unit works requires intensive need-based training and the use of IT. Further support based on study by Bataglio and Liboni emphasize the role of appropriate training in enhancing competence. Abine and Nikita highlight the importance of clear responsibilities for informed decision making. Cabral, Lohandar, and Fanelli stress regular evaluation and constructive feedback. However, we didn't find significant support for a direct relationship IT utilization to SOA management. Based on the questionnaire data, IT utilization in our work unit is generally considered good to very good, with a total average of 4.0 08. This is what that IT has been implemented and utilized. In particular, the Siemens application is considered very helpful in improving data accuracy. However, the troubleshooting ability of the Siemens application still need to be improved. Although the result of the study show an insignificant effect, it is important to remember that IT has great potential in SOE management. Previous study by Unita and then Davis about technology acceptance model, and also Darno show that IT can facilitate information management, improve performance, and improve report quality. The findings of this study are in line with the study of Ricardo and Zulfahmi, which also found that IT utilization had no significant effect, but it is important note that many other studies have found a positive influence between IT utilization and SOA management. The insignificant influence of IT in this study is likely due to several factors, including inadequate IT infrastructure readiness, lack of ongoing training for users, or inconsistent IT implementation across organization. Research by Hamid, Firmansyah and Horizon, Saputra, Mugiarto, Ribeiro, and Sigris support this argument. The result of statistic analysis show that leaders' commitment doesn't have significant effect on IT utilization. This study contradicts the theory that leaders' commitment should encourage IT utilization. Previous studies such as Mugiarto and Ojo show that leaders' commitment can encourage more effective IT use, although the leadership commitment indicator in this study show good result in the score with total average of 4.1 and 3, its effect on IT utilization in SOA management was not significant. This insignificance of this finding can be explained by several factors, although the indicators of leaders' commitment are generally at high level, such as the indicators leaders have high responsibility in managing SOA, or leaders consistently provide support for employee work performance, more limited leaders' participation in daily operation can affect IT utilization. The resource-based view theory emphasized that leaders' commitment need to be supported by other resources such as infrastructure and human resource competency to encourage more effective IT utilization. Leaders' commitment to human resource competence. The result of the analysis show that leaders' commitment has a significant influence on human resource competence. Leaders' commitment is seen in various efforts to improve human resource competence, such as encouraging training, creating a positive organizational culture, and increasing job satisfaction through awards. In resource-based view framework, well-developed human resource competence becomes an intangible resource that provides excellence for organizations. Leaders' commitment is an important factor in creating competence and is able to support optimal SOA management. Human resource competence has a positive and significant effect on the utilization of information technology, supporting the argument that human resource competence play a key role in the use of information technology in organization. The competent human resource can operate IT system optimally, increase work efficiency, and provide more relevant data to support better decision making in SOA management. The previous study support this finding, which show that human resource competence has a significant effect on IT utilization. Research by Mohammed Saifuddin shows that competent human resource can optimize information technology in managing state asset and technology-based accounting. Hypothesis number 7, the result of the analysis give information that IT is not proven to have a significant role as a mediator in the relationship between leaders' commitment and SOA management. In the resource-based view, IT should be a resource that improve organizational performance, but in SOA management, IT has not been fully integrated optimally. This shows that although IT has the potential to support SOA management, its implementation is still limited, as explained in Government as a Platform concept by Sayo and Myong. Without supporting infrastructure and data, IT cannot function optimally. Effective IT governance also requires three key elements. There are infrastructure, human resource competence, and leaders commitment. According to Sharma and Bell, these three factors are the key of IT success in an organization. The study in line with Ricardo and Zulfahmi. However, this finding contradicts with Anish Shukrullah and Hadis, which shows that IT can improve efficiency, transparency, and quality of reports in SOE management. This underlines the importance of system and data readiness that support the effective use of IT. There are several factors that influence the effectiveness of IT in SOA. There are infrastructure and connectivity readiness that are very important to optimize IT utilization because without quality data, IT will not be able to mediate the relationship between leaders' commitment and SOA management effectively. Leader support is very important to ensure that IT is integrated with organizational strategy and can be utilized properly by human resource. With the average total score of IT utilization is 4.08, which indicates that IT utilization is already at fairly good level. However, several indicators of IT utilization need further attention. There are for Siman application for data accuracy get the highest score, but the speed of the computer processor still in the lower score. And for Siman easy of operation score the highest, but the understanding usage still need to be Siman understanding of usage is still in the lower score, and for Siman easy of learning score higher than Siman's application troubleshooting ability, and this is needs to be improved. Although IT was not proven to be mediator in this hypothesis, but IT still has a great potential to support SOM management more efficiently. Hypothesis number 8, IT doesn't significantly mediate the relationship between human resource competence and state-owned asset management. Zulfiani and Ananda also found that IT doesn't always have a significant effect on quality of SOA management, and research by Ali et al., Sharma and Bell, Liu and Chen revealed that to ensure IT support organizational performance, good IT governance and competent human resource in utilizing IT are the key to success. This study, contrary to previous study by Haryanto, state that IT support human resource competency, and Bugiarto that said that IT adoption has a positive effect on human resource competence in SOA management. Although IT has not been proven to play a significant role as mediator between human resource competence and leadership commitment, as stated in previous hypothesis, IT still have a great potential to support SOA management. Conclusion, implication, and recommendation. Conclusion number 1, leaders' commitment is paramount for effective SOA management. Leaders who prioritize policy development, invest in human resource, and embrace technology create a foundation for efficient and transparent SOA management. This strategic leadership is crucial for ensuring accountability and maximizing the value of state asset. Number 2, the competency of human resource plays a significant role in SOA management. A strong understanding of regulation coupled with technical expertise and a professional approach is vital. We recognize the need for ongoing training and regular evaluation to ensure consistent competency across all units. While we acknowledge the transformative potential of information technology, its impact on SOA management has been limited. Key challenges include infrastructure readiness, sufficient technical skills among personnel, and consistent application of these technologies. We need to address this challenge to unlock IT full potential. Fourth, Our findings indicate that leaders' commitment alone doesn't guarantee successful IT utilization. We've identified infrastructure limitation and lack of technical expertise as key barrier. A supportive organizational ecosystem is crucial for effective technology adoption. 5. Leaders' commitment has a direct and positive impact on human resource development. Leaders who prioritize employee training and promote a positive work environment cultivate a more skilled and adaptable workforce, enhancing both technical and managerial capabilities. 6. Competent human resources are essential for maximizing the benefit of information technology. Employees who are knowledgeable, skilled, and have a positive attitude towards technology are more likely to use it effectively, contributing to greater efficiency and accuracy in SOA management. Number 7. Our research shows that IT is not yet effectively mediating the relationship between leaders' commitment and SOA management outcomes. Issues related to technology integration, data quality, and overall organizational readiness need to be addressed before IT can play this mediating role effectively. And similarly, IT doesn't significantly mediate the relationship between human resource competence and SOA management. The effectiveness of technology is contingent on a strong combination of skilled personnel, infrastructure, and supportive leadership. Collaborative efforts to strengthen this ecosystem are necessary. Implication, theoretical implication. Number 1, strengthening public management theory. This study makes a significant contribution to public management theory by bringing together three crucial elements: leadership, human resource, and information technology. Specifically in the realm of state asset management, our findings demonstrate that these variables collectively contribute to effective state asset management, reinforcing key public management principles of accountability, efficiency, and transparency. Supporting resource-based view theory, our research aligned with the resource-based view theory, which emphasized the strategic importance of organizational resources for achieving competitive advantage. In the context of government institutions, we have shown that internal resources like a highly competent workforce and robust IT support are indeed strategic assets that significantly influence SOA management outcomes. Expanding the technology acceptance model by examining the mediating role of IT, our study contributes to the technology acceptance model. We have applied technology acceptance model to the specific context of state asset management, underscoring the vital connection between user acceptance of technology and improvement in organizational efficiency. This highlights the importance of not just implementing technology but ensuring its effective adoption and use by personnel. Enriching public sector literature. Collectively, these theoretical implications make a valuable contribution to the broader field of public sector management. Our research enriched the exciting literature on state asset management, technology management, and the strategic role of human resource within public organizations. We believe these findings offer a solid foundation for future research in related areas, potentially on a larger scale or in different contexts. Practical implication, IT governance and infrastructure. For IT to truly contribute to effective SOA management, organizations must prioritize building a IT governance framework and investing in adequate infrastructure. This includes establishing clear policies, procedures, and responsibilities related to IT use. Equally important is providing intensive training for our human resource. This training will ensure that personnel have the necessary skills and knowledge to effectively utilize IT system and contribute to improve SOM management outcomes. Leaders' commitment is fundamental. Strong and visible Leaders is absolutely fundamental for successful IT adoption and integration. Leaders must take ownership of the process by establishing clear and well communicated policies, allocating sufficient budgetary resources to support IT initiative, and fostering a culture that encourages innovation and the effective use of technology. Without this top-down commitment, the best IT system will not work to deliver their full potential. Business process integration is key. The successful implementation and utilization of IT are not solely dependent on technology itself. It requires seamless integration with existing business process. This means ensuring that our processes are well defined, efficient, and aligned with IT system. Furthermore, we need to ensure that our human resource possess the necessary competencies to work within this integrated system. As emphasized by Liu and Chen, without this crucial integration, IT system will not be able to function effectively or generate positive impacts on SOA management. Limitation of the study. One of the limitations of the study is its focus on respondents exclusively from the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. While this specific focus allows for an in-depth analysis within this organization, it also means that the findings cannot be directly generalized to other government institutions in Indonesia. Further research involving a broader range of agencies or other organization is needed to provide a more comprehensive understanding of SOA management practice nationwide. And then another limitation stems from the study's cross-sectional research design. By collecting data at only one point in time, we were unable to capture the dynamic change and evolving relationship between the variables under investigations. For instance, we couldn't fully assess the long-term impact of leaders' commitment, the sustained development of human resource competency, or the evolving effect of IT utilization on SOA management. Longitudinal studies, which track data over extended periods, will provide a more complete picture of this dynamic relationship. Finally, this study focused primarily on three key variables in leaders' commitment, human resource competency, and IT utilization. While these factors are undoubtedly important drivers of SOA management, we acknowledge that other variables could also exert significant influence. These include factors such as specific regulation governing SOA, the prevailing organizational culture within the agency, and the effectiveness of internal control systems. Future research that incorporates these additional variables could provide a more nuanced and comprehensive understanding of these factors in influencing state-owned asset management. Recommendation for future research. To enhance the generalizability of future findings, we recommend expanding the scope of respondents to include a wider range of government organizations throughout Indonesia. This could encompass both central and regional government bodies. By including a more diverse sample, future studies can obtain more representative data on SOA management practice in Indonesia. And then employing the longitudinal research design to better understand the dynamic change and long-term effect on state-owned asset management. The future research adopt a longitudinal design. This approach involve collecting data over an extended period, allowing researchers to observe how SOA management practice evolve over time. And then incorporating additional variables. While the study only focused on three variables, future research could benefit from incorporating additional factors that may influence SOA management. For example, like regulation, organizational culture, or internal control system. Including these additional variables would provide a richer and more nuanced understanding of the complexities of SOA management. And number 4, combining research methods to gain a more holistic understanding of SOA management. Future research consider employing a mixed methods approach. This involves combining quantitative data analysis with qualitative methods, such as in interview. Qualitative data can provide valuable insight into respondents' subjective experience, perspective, and challenge related to state-owned asset management, which quantitative methods alone cannot capture. This could involve conducting interview to explore specific obstacle encountered in SOA management or evaluating existing SOA management pattern using available transaction data and reports. Combining this approach will provide a more comprehensive understanding. Recommendation. Number 1, strengthen commitment. A key recommendation is to strengthen leaders' commitment to human resource development. Leaders need to prioritize employee training and development initiative, especially those focused on SOA management. This include not only verbal support but also tangible actions and establishing supportive policies. Consistent and sustained investment in human resource competency is essential for long-term improvement in SOA management. And then optimize human resource competencies. Recommended implementing regular training program that focus both on technical and managerial skills for effective SOA management. This program should address specific skill gaps and provide practical knowledge that employees can apply in their daily work. Reassess IT implementation. A critical recommendation is to reassess and enhance the implementation of information technology. This involves conducting a comprehensive evaluation of existing IT infrastructure and governance framework. We need to ensure that the software, hardware, and IT workflow are effectively aligned with SOA management processes, particularly in recording and monitoring. Equally important is providing target IT training to employees, empowering them to fully utilize the available technology, and this will significantly contribute to improve efficiency and accuracy in SOA management. Build supportive organizational learning ecosystem. Creating a supportive organizational learning ecosystem is also crucial. This involves fostering a culture that encourages knowledge sharing, open communication, and continuous improvement. Implementing mechanisms such as after action review can be particularly beneficial. This review provides a structured opportunity for teams to reflect on past experiences, identify lessons learned, and implement improvement in the future SOA management activities. And then integrate IT with organizational strategy. It is essential. It is essential to integrate IT strategy with the overall organizational strategy. This strategic alignment ensures that IT investment directly support the organizational goals and objectives related to SOA management. By aligning IT with broader organizational strategy, we can ensure that technology is used effectively to address existing challenges and meet evolving needs in SOA management. And this is the references, the previous studies used in this research. And I would like to thank you for all your time and attention. I apologize for any oversights or omissions in this presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.